So today we're going to be continuing our scenario where we look at it. So today we're going to be continuing our scenario where civilization starts over. We are in episode 49 of the series, and this series has come along very far. We are in the middle of a World War IV, and well, in today's episode, it's going to get finished. So if you guys enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. I am going to be posting more shorts because I've kind of been falling behind on them recently because I'm stupid. And yeah, let's go ahead and start this in North America where things are about to get way more cleaned up. Also, by the way, this will probably be a very long video. But maybe not because we see the yellow team over here completely destroying the lime team as they weren't very they weren't very structured in a good way anyway. And now the yellow team is starting their invasion of the brown Americans, which they did not think was gonna happen. They did not think it would happen. Michigan, not having the focus on the line team, is going to go ahead and start their pushing back, and they fully pushed back against the brown team. And well, they're also going to push into the brown team, taking two major cities very swiftly. And well, they're starting to realize maybe they kind of stretched out a little too much. The Louisianans, with help of the Texans, are able to completely push back the brown team out of their territory and also start helping the elves in Florida, the Florida Union, to help also push back. And they recapture many of the former Georgian cities that were the first birthing cities of the elves. And well, they start taking a lot of more land back as the brown team starts to lack on resources. Pink team is able to recapture this land in well, I don't know why this is here, but they're able to establish the gold country again and start pushing back on all fronts, taking a large amount of land pretty quickly because well, this yellow team slash beige team wasn't very strong in the first place. They just caught guard of an not unemployed, an unguarded gold team slash Arkansas team. Arkansas. Did I really just say that? And will they, of course, start to get invaded by the Texans and also by the, well, I guess the other Texans, as they just also push in and start a lot of land from the beige country until the beige country is pretty much out of this war. They lose their land in the gold team, and they're going to go ahead and, well, full on just surrender. So there goes that, and now the pink team has a lot of land, but two more major cities, which is interesting. And the Nevadan Union is able to take all of the Oregon people, while the Cyan team is able to take all of Purple Mexico. From here, these countries start to work together to focus on the only remaining country on the Circle team left in the Americas, which is this guy. And they start to push into them pretty quickly. And now they're just limited to the South Carolinian region of, well, actually more of the South Carolinian region and North Georgian area. And well, these purple team right here is gonna completely take a bunch of land from an unguarded South Peru, as they were all focused on taking Ecuador. And well, now is when they start to reach the armies and well, it's bad for them. But what's also bad for them is more things bad for them. What? The French Guiana is fully taken out by the Guiana, and Venezuela has pushed back the Colombians, and well, now pushing into the Colombians, as the Colombians were a very unstable country, and a lot bad has happened to them in this, well, that I haven't told about. Yeah, the Cyan slash Teal team is able to completely push back up. They're way stronger than the green country up here, and well, they are able to push in all the way right here and just start taking a lot of land. And well, they are limited to about this for now, and eventually they're gonna stop. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Now let's head over to Australia, where something bad for them is gonna happen. A large rebellion out of the Western Australian region is going to completely take over it. This is not very good. Australia was not stable and not ready for this. And well, they're able to take a large amount of these coastal regions very quickly, and that is not good. You know, this rebellion is taking a bunch of land. All the Australian troops, most of them, are fighting in South China as well as in Sri Lanka. Literally, pretty much all of them were, and well, that's not a very good thing. So they have to retreat back home. So that means, well, these front lines are basically going to collapse because a lot of them was being, well, held by this. So the Lime team is basically just able to take a lot of this South Chinese region very quickly and get really close to the capital. And they almost actually take it, and then they decide to make a landing in Taiwan and take most of the southern part of the island. They're also completely kicked out of the brown team up here, and then the brown team starts their invasion of the green team, which is not very good. They were already getting invaded up here. Purple team captures this land, and well, the South Chinese start to realize they were not very strong country in the first place. They would just look like a strong country because, well, they were a big country and also getting supplied by foreign people. And this is not gonna get better as well, the Tibetans are just completely getting annihilated. It's not even fair what's happening. And the Tibetans realize they're gonna lose this war, so they straight up surrender to the orange team, which is an interesting. Remember how the Australians left? Well, that is further proven by the fact that this is happening. Um, yeah, the North Indians and the yellow team is able to completely push into Sri Lanka and like really do some major damage. It's kind of crazy how much they're doing to the South Indians, and they take all of that. It's very quick and very rapid. And the South Indians are just permitted to, well, Sri Lanka and barely any of the India. So that is not good for them. And yeah. Also, I'm so surprised how we got 200 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Um, I don't think we're gonna reach 300 subscribers by the end of the summer. If I really wanted to, I could push through with some shorts, do maybe a daily upload week or two. Um, we could try to push for 300 subscribers in the summer. I more see it by like August because it's been slow growth recently. But maybe we can actually do it by the end of the summer. I don't know actually. It might be possible. Oh yeah, the brown team is completely annihilating the purple country as well as the orange team. They're just doing a bunch of bad work to these people. Seeing that the North Indians can now make an invasion, they start their invasion of the purple team. And that is when this country is they lose all hope as they just retreat from this northern region and set up defenses all across their country. However, eventually they literally get encircled, so that's not as the purple team and well, the orange team and even parts of the brown team in Arabia starts to push in to, well, they start to put more troops and more troops into the lime team. They start to push back against Caucasia, and it was revealed that Caucasia was never a very strong country in the first place. They recently invaded the Azerbaijani country, but a lot of people realize this is not the strong Caucasia that everybody thought they were. The Egyptians will now start their invasion of the Ottoman Empire, and the Egyptians are really doing a lot in this war. It's kind of crazy how much they are doing, as well as Arabia. Up here, the Dutch are starting to get kind of, well, ran as the blue team starts to push back into two major cities, and then the southern French Union also starts to push back, and well, they actually start to now push into, well, this land right here, which is a former yellow country, and they just start taking a lot of more land than people thought they. Oh, remember this huge mess over here? Well, someone has come to the aid of the northern Italians, being the Sicilians. The Sicilians joined the war on the side of the northern Italians and the whole Sparros alliance, and that provides, well, a large boost in their morale as they start to push into the Slovenian and Croat regions of this country. Not very good. And, well, they also start to invade some of these Polish regions, which is also not very. Over here in Greece, Greece manages to push back the Albanian or the Bosnians as, well, they're losing all hope. And, well, they officially collapse. And, well, that's one fascist European nation out of the way. And now let's just do a couple more, like the Dutch, the Swedes, the Polish, the what is that? Slovakian slash like Moldovans, and the Bulgarians. I guess they also the Ukrainians and Caucasians. Piss some of my. Oops, cut that out. Cut that out. I don't really edit anymore. I mean, I do when it's needed, but I don't really have to. So, but let's just get this out of the way. This guy is not. They're getting pancakes, the big pancakes. Not doing. and well, they just start to get completely invaded by all their sides, and it does take a while until they full on surrender, but eventually they do, and they're fully captured by all these countries. Now we go down to South America, where things start to get bad, as Peru has a revolution and their citizens join up with the Bolivian invaders. That's not good. Which this means that this falls into the hands of Colombia, who is getting invaded by not only the force of Guyana, but also Venezuela, or other way around. But their capital is taken, and well, a large portion of their land is taken in general, especially the northern regions. That sounds like the Norwegian. This is also being supported by every country in North America, so obviously this is gonna get really fast. Same thing with this, and there goes the green team. It looked pretty cool, but it's gone now. Australia realizes it's not good, and they're gonna go ahead and peace out of the war. They don't want to be a part of this, and I wouldn't either. South China is going to fall. It was kind of expected. Same with the purple team right here, and as well with the Sri Lankans. So countries are just flying like well, flying dead. That was not a very cool thing to say. They're just dying quickly. Caucasia falls. These countries are just flying dead so rapidly. The Ottomans do put up a fight, however, it's just not very good as they're also retreating and doing bad on resources. Up here in the Kola Peninsula, we can see that Sweden is not doing well, and it's probably because they're not focused on this region. They're mainly focused on helping out with the Dutch, but the Dutch are dead, so maybe not anymore. Maybe just focus on this. And that's further proven by the fact that Norway starts their invasion of well of these guys, and they take all of this northern area right here. They start to take a lot of land rapidly, and that's because they just weren't defending it. There was no defending over here because nobody thought Norway would join. Eventually, the Swedish do get their head out of the dirt, but it's a little too late as they have already captured a lot of land. The green team over here is also re-liberated, and the big western wave is starting to happen again, as many and many cities in Germany are starting to fall to the southern French Union. Denmark also falls, which is just not good. The orange team makes a lot of incursions until these guys just full on surrender. So, by Polish, the major force I was holding up the fascist world. That doesn't sound right. Back over here in this land, Colombia has completely fallen, as well as their Ecuador occupiers. Also, I don't even remember what color Ecuador was. Actually, no, it was a blue, but I might make it different, honestly. I don't know. Who knows? It just have to be in the peace. Anyways, now the Slovakians slash Moldovans are getting invaded. And now the remaining countries that are in the Circle Alliance are gonna go ahead and surrender. And well, say goodbye to the Circle Alliance. They are now gone. And well, the fascists are now defeated. This is a very interesting moment. I'm not sure what you guys thought was gonna happen. Maybe the fascists win, maybe the fascists lose. But I can tell you this right now, this was a shorter video than I thought it was gonna be. Just note, Peace Treaty will be in episode 50, which is next video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video, which is the Peace Treaty. Goodbye.